Good evening. Welcome to Friday's Midlands Today from the BBC. Tonight, Prince William's praise for Birmingham's reaction to the riots.
The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge had a private meeting with the parents of the 3 men killed in Winson Green, community leaders, emergency workers and city centre traders. But what impact did their visit have on the people affected by the looting and the violence? Kath Mackey reports.
As if on cue, the sun emerged as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge arrived in the heart of Birmingham. They'd come to Summerfield Community Centre in Winson Green to hear firsthand the stories of those affected by the devastating riots in this area just over a week ago.
Were you involved a lot last week as well?
They were told about the type of work that we were doing, the planning that went into trying to bring calm to the streets. And they were just, very moved by the level of commitment and sacrifice by the emergency services and by those of us in the community who were prepared to work with the police, etc., to try and, restore order to the streets.
Central to the visit was a private 20-minute meeting with the families of the 3 men who died just a short distance from here.
Allahu Akbar.
The open-air funerals of Haroon Jahan, Shazad Ali and Abdul Musavir took place in the city yesterday. 20,000 people turned up to pay their respects. The carpet of flowers where they died trying to protect property is spreading along Dudley Road.
Were they there?
The royal couple questioned emergency service workers who were caught up in the trouble.
I think it's made such a difference to Birmingham after what's been a very traumatic week. It's just great to end in the sunshine as we are and with the royal couple here and a real buzz for everyone that's involved.
Word spread quickly and a crowd was there to meet them at the next stop, a shop and cafe in the city centre which was looted during the riots.
I think it's fantastic that they take the time out to come and see the people of Birmingham and just show their support.
Sometimes it does take bad things to happen for good things to happen, so it was really nice for them to be here.
And customers were taken by surprise.
What are you going to tell your mummy when she comes home from work?
My bubble, she won't believe us.
The royal couple spent just a few hours in Birmingham, but the people I've spoken to are convinced the impact of this visit will last for much longer.
People felt really appreciative that they'd come here. They're very engaged. They really wanted to talk to ordinary Brummies who'd been caught up in the rioting.
How confident are you that a lid has now been put on any sort of potential community unrest that might still exist?
I am confident because of the strength and the maturity and the responsibility shown by all sections of the community, particularly here in Winson Green, where they've taken their lead from the families of the victims, and I'm confident that's going to hold.
So once again, the second city was the focus of huge media attention. But this time, the pictures were positive. Kath Mackey, BBC Midlands Today, Birmingham.
And we're joined now by AJ Bhatia, who welcomes the Duke and Duchess to his city centre shop and cafe today. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But this must have been a bizarre, terrible at points, but a bizarre 2 weeks for you.
Well, it was basically all sleepless nights, since this happened with me. After meeting Duke and Duchess of, it is like something to cheer about today.
Well, let's go back to when it happened briefly. I mean, people just entered your shop, didn't you? I mean, you saw it afterwards on your own CCTV footage. They came into your shop and...
Yeah. You can see the pictures now, actually, just sort of jumping over the counters, that kind of thing. You weren't there at the time, were you, though?
No, I was not there. I just left about 5 minutes before this happened.
So that was a lucky escape, wasn't it, to get out of there?
It was really.
Watching these pictures, what do you think? What first went through your mind when you saw what they'd done to your shop?
I think everything is gone. I won't be able to stand up on my feet back again. But the next day morning, the support which I got from the community around, it was amazing.
What did they do?
They just came out with their brooms and they say, AJ, we are ready to take time off from our office. We are ready to clean your shop. We don't want you to see like this.
And you're open again, aren't you?
I was open within 4 hours.
That's incredible.
So today, Duke and Duchess of Cambridge turned up. What happened? What was the involvement for you?
Well, this was like the best moment of my life, to be honest. I never thought that they were going to pop into my shop and, speak to me, what exactly happened. We touched various issues. There were a few light moments sharing with him about the cricket as well.
Oh, really?
You're still left with big problems. Does a royal visit today make any difference, or at the end of the day, you're still stuck?
End of the day, you see, we've got bills to pay, first thing. You have to pay your electricity bills, you have to pay your mortgage, you have to pay your rent. I've got a family I've got 2 grown-up kids going to the unis. I have to pay for them.
It's expensive.
And the insurance company, they should have a priority, you know. The big stores, big companies, they can afford these losses. They can take the brunt. But we being a family business where we run day-to-day business and the cash flow stops.
So very hard, lot to do, but a great day today anyway.
It was a great day.
AJ Bhatia, thank you very much indeed.
We do wish you the very best of luck as well for the future with your business. I'm sure you'll get back on your feet.
Thank you.
Now, an hour before the Duke and Duchess arrived in Birmingham, traders in West Bromwich held a 2-minute silence in memory of the 3 men who died in Winson Green.
On the stroke of 11 o'clock, shoppers and traders stood quietly in the town centre market as a community came together to pay their respects. Sarah Falkland was there.
Pound about apple, 1 pound, banana, 1 pound, 3 for 1 pound for you, boy.
Yeah. All right, mate. What can I do for you?
With more than 70 traders, it's a bustling market. And in times of recession, the patter is all important. Even so, stallholders here have asked police and the council for a 2-minute silence in memory of the 3 young men mown down in Winson Green.
I'm delighted that there's been this spontaneous response to something which has obviously touched a lot of people's hearts, and such a positive response of everyone wanting to come together and show how important it is to be together in West Bromwich.
And so they stood in silent tribute. Just down the road, the wife of an Indian sweet shop owner holding the fort, her husband away, sorting out the van which they lost to the rioters at the height of the Troubles last Tuesday. Some say tensions here are still high because of desperate poverty.
Young people haven't got enough jobs. They need jobs. In order to live in society now, you've got to get 26 grand a year or more. 26 grand a year jobs, yeah? There ain't no 26 grand a year jobs.
People were very taken back by what happened just up the road with the riots, but yeah, I think we're getting back to normal, and I'm very pleased about that.
Many people are scared to pass West Bromwich, to come to West Bromwich, you know. But it's okay, everywhere is coming up again.
The feeling is that this silence today will now have drawn a line under the events of last week and that life and trade here in West Bromwich can get back to normal. Sarah Falkland, BBC Midlands Today in the Black Country.
Well, let's just give you the latest information from West Midlands Police on their investigation into the riots. They say that more than 500 people have so far been arrested and 141 have been charged. The force's website has had 800,000 hits in August and a special email address has received more than 800 messages.
You're with Midlands Today. Thank you for your company. Still to come, warnings to pregnant